Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And what an amazing recovery this was. Have you guys also been watching the rankings here? It's been crazy. Almost every coin has recovered like 20% over the last couple of hours. It's been fascinating to watch this, and I'm always glad to be part of crypto whenever I see this type of stuff. And one of the most important things, guys, is to keep a level head, or I'm not exactly sure how you say that in English, but to keep clear, to stay focused and do not panic. One thing you should understand is that by now, we have witnessed these dips so ridiculously often that it feels like second nature. Oh, another dip? Oh, okay. So what? Oh, another dip? Okay, good buying opportunity. Okay. I've had that conversation so many times where people ask me, Dusty, do you think we'll go down further? Dusty, should I sell all my coins? Dusty, should I buy? I always tell them exactly the same thing. What I am doing, I can tell you. I cannot tell you what you should do because in the end, nobody really knows what's going to happen. What I think the best plan of action is, for me at least, is buy my way down. Right now, if we go lower than 63 cents for XRP, you think I'm sad? No, I don't really care because I'll just buy more. And it might sound to you like I'm a lunatic who can only keep buying and I have unlimited amounts of money or something like that. No. I just have been holding some fiat for a very long time. I told you guys, I am planning to buy the 65-cent dip. I told you guys that a couple of weeks ago. In May, we told you guys that. For the last time we hit 65 cents, I told you I missed it, so I need another chance to buy some. And now we did. Right now we are at 63. While we were at about 67 or 68 cents, I told you guys too, I actually am keeping money left or over because I do think that if we go to 65 cents, there's a good chance we'll just breach further, so I have to buy more. And even to this point, I still have fiat left to buy another dip if it comes there. If it doesn't, okay, we'll make money with the gains. If it does, I'll be able to buy more. That's my strategy. It's worked for years now, and people were laughing yesterday at my longer term plan. But think about it, guys. I keep showing you the plan B, stock to flow model or the idea, which basically revolves around the idea that we are always in a continuous uptrend, so to speak, if you zoom out. There are intermediary periods of downtime, and we can definitely hurt a little bit. The markets can bleed, but ultimately, up and up and up is where we will go. Plan B just tweeted out, even for me, it is always a bit uneasy when Bitcoin price is at the lower bound of the stock to flow model. Will it hold like March 2019 when I published the stock to flow, or March 2020, CV19, or September 2020 with Bitcoin stuck at 10K? And is this another buying opportunity, or will the S2F be invalidated? Dave C. Photography said, personally, I think it would take years to invalidate or know if it's invalidated. Maybe after 4 years and if it's going in another direction. And Plan B says, no, it's not true. S2F model is a simple linear regression. Parameters, stats, and bounds are in the article. Everyone can replicate and verify. I will call stock to flow invalidated if we have not reached 100K by December of this year. We cannot stay at current levels for the rest of this year, but we, I guess, theoretically speaking, can stay around this sideline for a little bit and just go up consecutively throughout the next couple of months because it's hard to say exactly, where we should be surrounding the line. We could have a little bit of a pump upwards to, the upper bound, so to speak, and then come back down to this area again over the next couple of months. It's a pretty broad region, but it basically talks about the scarcity and the halvings of Bitcoin that over longer periods of time do take Bitcoin with it. As again, I've given a good example. MicroStrategy has bought 100,000 Bitcoin in total. If more institutions and companies have that same strategy of just accumulating Bitcoin, eventually it'll literally be impossible to buy or sell 100,000 Bitcoin at one price, right? Right now, over the counter, a lot of those guys can buy a ton of Bitcoin pretty easily without moving the market too significantly, just as of this point. Eventually, of course, volume will go up, but if you want to get 100,000, it's such a scarce thing. It's so potentially even illiquid. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go. As a lot of these guys, they don't sell. They just hoard. And I do really wonder exactly how that's going to turn out, as Bitcoin is really a scarce thing. And it's like with gold, you still have new ones being mined every single day, right? You still have new gold coming up. What if the gold just stopped all of a sudden and all the gold that you could get would have to come out of circulation? Piece by piece is going to get finished. And with Bitcoin, theoretically speaking, the mining will always continue on, but the rewards will go down. well, I mean, the reward's going to get less and less and less. It's going to be so deteriorating that the new Bitcoin coming to the supply will be so insignificant that the majority of the Bitcoin will just be from other people. It will not be first-hand Bitcoin anymore. And what that also turns into is like, piece by piece, more transactions will go stuck, more transactions will go bad, so to speak. And I'm sometimes thinking, is the scarcity effect, I mean, the store of value part is really true because of the scarcity effect there. It's like, yeah, I mean, as Bitcoin's interest keeps increasing, this is all logical. It's like, yeah, wow. Right? And I sometimes think about that. Of course, the same thing applies for most cryptos that have a specific cap like XRP as well. I firmly believe that a lot of institutions will be buying into XRP because it's a really better asset for purchases and sending around. And think about it from this perspective too. Maybe some companies, liquidity providers, or I guess financial institutions will just have a lot of XRP that they will never quote unquote sell anymore, mostly on the basis that they need that XRP to transfer around the world. They need that XRP to make the transfers. I sometimes think too, what if some companies actually want to have 2 billion XRP, for example, purely to just always have that liquidity available? What then? Well, I just sometimes think about that. Of course, the majority of those guys would just buy XRP quickly at the market rate and then send it over and then sell it back. But a lot of those guys most likely want the instant liquidity all the time, right? Or are they just going to use some of Ripple's loaning features and whatnot? One thing that I think is funny is people saying now, yeah, you see, I was calling the downside. It happened. Right now, we can't go back up. And the other side saying, no, we can actually go down further. The fun fact is nobody knows exactly what the price is going to go right now. But I will tell you that I've been telling you guys yesterday too, the reason for the price going down is fake. Most of it was just fear of other people fearing. And the price can go down further right now because it is manipulation. But should it? No. I even told you guys in 3 of my videos yesterday, XRP, Bitcoin, all those are oversold and extremely undervalued. Extremely so. Right now, there's no valid reason. I cover the news and I look at news of crypto like 12 hours a day, right? Some of these days. I literally do this the whole day because I like it. I like it a ton. Now, one thing you should understand from me, really here, is if there's a ton of negative news, if there's really fundamentally negative or threatening news, I will tell you and I will update myself. So if I tell you, guys, everything is looking amazing, it's only the Chinese mining FUD that's bad, then I would say that that's quite valid because, again, I do my research quite properly. I'm a fundamental investor, not a trader in that specific sense. I do trade here and there, but it's not my main occupation, my main thing, because I think holding is, the way to go with the majority of crypto. From that perspective too, I sometimes think, well, yeah, if that's my motto, then shouldn't I go after the fundamentals of things? I mean, if Bitcoin looks poised to just keep getting more institutional investment and keep getting more interest, shouldn't I just buy regardless of what the short term says or regardless of what these traders say? I should just buy because I see the crypto is looking juicy from the fundamental perspective. That's exactly what we did yesterday. That's exactly the current situation. We are just buying because it looks good. Again, we can go down further. I will always leave that option open, but it's not valid. And here you can see why China's move against Bitcoin is turning out to be the best thing ever for the crypto market. One thing you can put up here is that, well, people were afraid of the Chinese energy consumption, of the Chinese centrality of Bitcoin, of all of that stuff. Taking it away and the rescheduling or the moving, I guess, has all added. I mean, to the end, nothing that's being done here is a negative thing. Nothing you can point out to me is a negative thing. And it's so fun that people say, no, but Dusty, but this, but that, but this. Nothing you can point to me is a negative thing. China banning crypto, is that bad? We were really afraid of crypto centrality in China before. Why is it all of a sudden now a bad deal when something is done about it? China mining is bad, okay, but it's being gone now, so I mean, that's not really a problem anymore. So Chinese banks stopping Bitcoin? Well, weren't we expecting that, to be honest with you, already? I mean, China going for a CBDC, of course they don't want competition. Oh, but if China doesn't want competition, would the US want competition? You think the US and China are comparable in that specific aspect? I don't think so, guys. I think, let's not go too far into that one, but I don't think the US is just going to straight up ban Bitcoin, but that, again, it's just me. Talking about the price, we again had a little bit of a nice recovery here throughout the day. It's really beautiful to see, to be honest with you. I just really love this. From a certain perspective, it's like I said, the market really messes with your emotions where whenever we go down significantly, you think, oh no, what if we go down forever? And whenever it goes back up, you're like, oh, I wish I should have bought right there. I wish I bought. That's the fun part. Buy the dip because you think it's the right thing to do. Don't buy it because of, some crazy theories, crazy ideas. Just my personal preference is just buy. Don't think too much about it. Think about the longer term. Think about a couple of years from now. And just be happy that you got yourself some extra crypto. It doesn't really matter what the price is. Analysts warn of Bitcoin volatile streak. Again, really important to understand that anything can happen right now. We can go up, down, up, down, up, down, ridiculously much over the next couple of days, as nobody exactly knows why crypto is moving this way. I think the death cross here actually happened and then instantly invalidated itself again. No, not really. Okay, so the death cross officially happened. If crypto goes on for a little bit again, we're going to see a golden cross quite soon afterwards, as it's a death cross with the same day a huge recovery. That is pretty interesting to watch. And then the crypto fear and greed index is still around 14. I don't think this is really too valid though. If you really look at the sentiment, people are fearful that the crypto market is over, the bull run is over. But generally speaking, most people are just fearing of what was going on with China. But now that this has kind of cleared itself up and the price went back up, I think a lot of people are like, oh, this was the big dip, but we're going to be going on further from here. But let us see, let us explore. I'm pretty excited about crypto, as you guys most likely know, and I'll just see everything as it goes. But that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.